It's early, and I've been up since what, 3 in the morning. So I figured, what better time when the sun's coming up to get my ass. Oh, my smoke is just going everywhere. To get up here and just run my mouth again. Once again, I'm just doing like my little questions that I got, answering them all and getting them all out the way, so that they can help somebody. But once again, this will be kind of similar like the last one. Wait, what was the last one? Yeah, kind of be something like the last one where it'll be a little bit more not for children, a little bit more honest, a little bit more blunt, a little bit more transparent, and a little bit more personal. Go to sleep. But yeah, so that's what we're doing. It's now 6:17 in the morning, so I'm running on. What time I went to sleep? Well, I actually went to sleep real early, so it's kind of good. All right, first one. Jump straight into this. Hold on, 1 second. Okay, once again, this is kind of just like for all trans women. If you're trans man, you can use it as well, but mostly when I make these types of videos, it's for trans women, so that they can have a better understanding if they don't have one already. Which is weirdly enough, because I met a lot of trans women who don't have an understanding. They have some understanding, but not really that much. So yeah, it's early, and I handle business early in the morning. I'm really just saying stuff. Trying to find these damn questions. I literally saved the ones that I was gonna answer, and because I didn't want to scroll, but I guess I'm gonna have to scroll. So first one. Well, sorry, I rambled for 2 minutes. The first one. Why do most trans women get a bad rep when it comes to dating? It seems like you can't catch a break. A lot of trans women get bad reps. I'm not sure if trans women get bad reps. I know we have a lot of trans women who have the understanding that they won't find someone to take them serious. I know a lot of people look at us as someone who not to be taken serious, just like your fantasy, and I've talked about that. But I think that just has to come down to who you deal with and who you engage with. Because like I said before, I've dealt with both. I've seen both ends of the spectrum. I've dealt with people who were just completely downright, and I've dealt with people who actually saw a woman like me and was just like, damn, you know, like, I can wife you. And I was just like, I can't husband you, you know? But it's great that you think you can wife me, but I can't husband you, you know? Just being transparent with one another on situations. So it's really cool. I think it's just your who you entertain, who you deal with. I will say, if you are a trans woman, make sure you know, I've said this before, make sure you know who you are engaging with. I don't care if it's a sexual act. I don't care if you're just dating, intimacy, platonic, whatever. Make sure you know who you are dealing with. Make sure you know what they are about, where they come from, and where they're trying to go, so that you can make a better decision or a better judgment as to if you want to choose this person and allow them to stay in your life or not. Weird. Second one. As a trans woman, how do you handle guys who ghost you? Didn't I answer this? I think it's the same thing as like for most people. I don't care who you are, if you've been ghosted by someone, if you've been put on the back burner by someone, especially, okay, let me explain this. There's a difference between someone ghosting you, and there's a difference between someone letting you know that this just isn't, you know, what it is. So ghosting is someone pretty much playing you like a fiddle, you know, no closure endings, you know, one minute you're talking and the next day it's just like, who the fuck was that, you know? So if someone literally like, let's set you down and told you, hey, you know, this isn't working out, it isn't for me, this is that and the third, you weren't ever ghosted, point blank in the period. Now, if someone led you on, if someone made you believe X, Y, and or Z, and you found out some information way down the line or whatever, you know, you were ghosted. As far as like how to handle people who ghost you, I think it's kind of should be the same thing for everyone. But as trans women, I think it's very important for trans women to hold yourself to a higher standard. Just like real women hold themselves to a higher standard, I think trans women should hold themselves to a higher standard. You know, if someone doesn't accept you or see you for who you are, which is a trans woman, if someone doesn't take an accountability that you have feelings and or emotions, because a lot of people just see you and be like, you know, this bitch don't matter, this bitch don't have any feelings, this bitch is X, Y, and or Z. I think you need to take into consideration all of these things, that someone felt that you were not important enough to even give an explanation as to why things didn't work out or why things weren't working out. You know, for me personally, I take shit like that very personal, because I see it as like, you don't even see me as a person. So it's like, you don't see me as a person, fuck you, you know? So I think you should definitely hold yourself to that standard in that regards. And I'm just gonna be completely honest and transparent, because it's happening, it's happened. You know, when people ghost you, especially if you were someone who, you know, was of truth, of honesty, and just of open heart, and you just were there, you know, people come back. People come back in strange ways. People come back in ways where you didn't think. People try to disguise themselves, but, you know, people come back, and it's because you have something. You have a quality about you that is undeniable, and people will take it for granted. Don't do it. Don't do it. Because for me personally, if I'm being completely honest and transparent, I cannot stand the fact when someone does not see my work, when someone doesn't appreciate me, when someone doesn't see that I'm valuable, and then see it down the line. Because you went through life experiences and you went through all of this bull crap and just chose to put me in a different, you chose to put me somewhere else, you know? So you went through life, you dealt with what you dealt with, and then you was like, oh, this bitch was cool, this bitch was right, this bitch was dope, I should have stuck around. Well, guess what? This bitch moved on. So, be conscious of that fact. And it's just me personally. This is how I handle things. That's how I handle individuals. I don't care who you are. You know, if you can go months on end without talking to me, we don't need to talk. There's a reason why I treat my mother the way that I do. There's a reason why I treat people in my life who I thought were so important to me now the way that I do. And it's not disrespectful. It's just that I put you in a place and I put you in a lane and I let your ass know where you need to stay at. And don't come off over there. Like, don't come off that road. Don't come over here asking me nothing. What you do over there is your business. What I do over here is mine. I'm grown. You know, this is me. Personal. Alright. Lies. Next question. What is the wildest thing a guy has ever asked you to do? I think it's really weird when guys ask me to, and this is just me being completely honest, I think it's really weird when guys, because of who I am and the way I see myself, I think it's really weird when guys ask me to penetrate them. I think it's really weird when guys be like, you know, I want to be your bottom. You know, I've been completely transparent. Anyone, the crazy part about it is when people approach me, they'll know who I am. Like, people, especially in Houston, people in Houston all the time, like, it's crazy because now I'll go to the freaking store, and I went to the store yesterday and someone was like, I think I saw your YouTube, and I was like, get the fuck away from me. Like, this, I need to move out of Houston. Like, if I'm gonna do this, I need to be somewhere completely different, you know. But people will see, you know, my YouTube or even an Instagram or something, because I post stuff on my Instagram and Facebook or Snapchat as well. And people are like, okay, first of all, number one, you're real. Cool. Number two, you know, I think you're really pretty. This is that and third. I listen to your stories. This is that and third. But can you top me? And I'm just like, did you not hear when I said that it don't work? Did you not hear when I said that that is just like not something that is for me? Did you not hear when I said that I'm going to get that whole point down there removed, changed, and so there's like no real point and or need for me to have it? And you didn't hear that? Oh, okay. So here's what we gonna do. I ain't with that shit. You know, this is me. I think it's different strokes for different folks, but I just think that's like a little, I don't know. How can I put this? This isn't, no children, right? So I couldn't fathom me like this behind a grown man, just because for me personally, I'm the one with the grown man needs to be behind me, you know, and this is my image, and just that's what turns me on. But who knows? Someone can come in and change my world, you know. Someone can come in and rock my world. I don't. You better not want to, because you're gonna be disappointed when you find out some changes are about to happen. But hey, whatever. All right. I think I'm gonna do one more. My videos are getting a little bit more longer. Probably because I'm getting more comfortable with just, probably because I'm getting just a little bit more comfortable with making videos. Yeah, I have one. Actually, I'm not gonna do another video. Let me say this. That was the last one. Question. Let me close it off with this. Talk about trans women. I talk about confidence, right? I talk about being the best version of yourself. I talk about uplifting yourself. I talk about, you know, mirror work. And when I say mirror work, I mean like literally get you like a full-length mirror, you know? Get you something that, yeah, I have a full-length mirror. I have a couple of mirrors. Get you something where you can look at yourself and you can see the growth within yourself. And I don't mean the growth here. I mean the growth like within here. Look at the wisdom. Look at the knowledge. Look at the heart you have. Look at all of those things and watch it transform your physical reality into the most beautiful thing in the world. At one point in my life, I didn't really appreciate who I was, you know, whether it was from the skin color, whether it was from me being trans, whether it was my facial features, whatever it was, my weight, whatever. There was so many things about myself that I didn't appreciate. And so one day, you know, I started doing my little mirror work, and I started doing all of this healing of the things that caused me pain, the things that made me feel like I wasn't pretty enough, that I wasn't good enough, that I wouldn't be heard, that I wouldn't be seen, you know? I started healing all of these things and started noticing that I'm the only person who needs to see me. I'm the only person that needs to hear me. I'm the only person who needs to feel me. Everything else will come to me after that. You know, if I can hear myself, if I can see myself, if I can feel myself first, then I'll be able to allow other individuals to see me, hear me, and feel me. You get what I'm saying? Stay with me, stay with me. So, my point is, at one point in time, I didn't appreciate all of me. I didn't love me. I didn't accept me, you know, and now it's at a point where I can literally see how so many people have the perception of wanting something that someone else has that they don't. You know, I used to want so many things, body, boobs, ass, you know, more feminine face, a lot of things. But I started realizing that in a world like we live in today, there are so many people who look the same. There are so many Kim Kardashians, Kendall Jenners, you know, in a trans community, there are so many women. Big ups to Beautiful, even though she is very stunning. She's stunning. Amaya Scott is freaking stunning. There's so many trans women who are trying to look like that, or just trying to look like someone that they're not. You know, fillers and injections and things like that. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm saying appreciate you, stand in you, love you, accept you first, and then just allow yourself to see if this is, if this is just like, if there's more that you need. You know, don't put yourself in a position where you just start putting things on top of you and you don't need them. I promise you, you're beautiful. you're lovely, you're welcome, you're honored, you're cherished, and you are adored. You know, just know that for yourself. Give that to yourself. Love yourself, and always be choosing to see the beauty in you. And if you don't, you know, give it time. Give it time. Have patience with yourself, you know, and just find individuals who can uplift you. Because there are people out there. And the first person who's going to do it is yourself.